Hi everybody, so this is the Formula 1 Winter Break Accident Challenge for 2014 leading on to the 2015 season, made by Marusha, which I always elongate the R on, but I probably don't need to, and with help from the page mistress and Rydiland. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that one correctly. I think I am, but if I'm not, I'm sorry. I know I'm a bit late in doing this because everyone did these a couple of weeks ago, but I've only just got decent recording equipment and better late than never, so yeah. Right, let's go. Say your name, your username, and where you're from. Liz, the home straight, and I'm from England. Say the following teams and your favourite driver from each team. Red Bull, Daniil Kvyat. I love Daniel Ricciardo to pieces, but something about Danny just makes me want to support him. Maybe it's his just generally looking unimpressed at everything. Maybe it's the way he drives the car. Maybe it's a combination of both. I don't know. But I really like Danny. And I really want him to win when he's in the Red Bull, because that'll be so good. Mercedes, I'm kind of indifferent to both of them, but if I had to pick one, I'd go for Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari, Kimi Raikkonen. McLaren, Fernando Alonso. I love Jensen as well. I love him. I love him. But I've supported Fernando since I started watching the sport like 8 years ago. So, you know. Williams, Valtteri Bottas. Their Massa is very cool. Lotus, Romain Grosjean. Force India, Nico Hülkenberg. Toro, Rosso. Carlos Sainz Jr. and Sauber, Felipe Nasser. And Sauber. I don't know why I said it like that. 2014 recap. Your top 3 moments. Fernando's Hungary podium, Dan's win in Canada, and Jules' points in Monaco. They were A, good races, and B, really good moments because everyone was so happy. It was good. Favourite race overall, I think Hungary, just because lots happened. You know, all of my favourite drivers did really well. And it was just really good to watch. So, and yeah, I'd say that one. Favourite on-track moment, I think it was at Monza when Danny... Was it Monza? I think it was Monza. Yeah, I think it was at Monza. When Danny had his little excursion across the grass, like bobbling along and that. And he didn't hit any of the barriers or the blockades or anything. That's skills. Yeah. Favourite off-track moment is the Italian media interview with Nico Rosberg where he got called Lewis and his reaction was like, Lewis! Because we look so similar, clearly. I can't imitate Nico Rosberg and I'm not even going to bother trying anymore. My phone's just gone off, okay. Where am I? If you could nominate any driver for Driver of the Year, who would it be and why? I'd nominate one of the Red Bulls, but for different reasons. Dan, because his driving has just been excellent. He's been strategic. He's been careful, but also taking risks when he needs to be. I don't know, I just think he's adapted really well to the new style of car, I think. To the new engines and the new specs and everything. Yeah, I think he will again be the biggest challenger to Mercedes next year. And then Sebastian, I mean, I'm not a Vettel fan, really. Well, at all. But I think the way he's dealt with this year, because obviously he hasn't had as good of a car, things have consistently gone wrong for him, but, you know, he's kept his head up, he's kept working at it. I don't know, I think that's admirable, because you see some drivers and you feel like they give up. But, yeah, I think he's done really well. Right. Did any of your 2014 predictions come true? Yes, they did. I said Lewis would win the championship. I said McLaren would improve, and I said Ferrari would be terrible. So, yeah. What would you have changed about the season? I think just the politics of it, really. Just the drama of everything that happened, because I felt like a lot of focus was taken away from the racing because of the politics of it, and that sucked. Because we're here to watch races, we're not here to watch old men argue, you know? What are your thoughts on the 2014 results? I think Lewis is a very well-deserved champion, because in the last race, I honestly think that even if Nico hadn't had his reliability issues, I don't think he could have necessarily caught up and overtaken him. So, you know, well done, Lewis. Sorry, my dog's having a bit of a on the floor. Okay. What else? I would have liked Fernando to finish a bit higher. Like, at least P5, man, come on. Don't ruin my, like, favourite pairing ever. Other than that, people were generally where I expected them to be, but I think the rookies did well. Yeah. I don't really have much to say on it because I think this year was more of a transition year than anything else. So it was about getting used to the car for both teams and drivers, getting used to that, getting a greater understanding of it so they could improve it for next year. So I think next year is going to be when the fun really starts. Well, this year rather, because it is 2015 now. Ooh, I'm so late in doing this. Right, 2015 preview. First and foremost, how are you surviving the winter break? I don't know how I have been so far. I've got exams that start like next week, so I've been revising for them a lot. Been like watching sports news like a hawk, seeing if there's anything to do with it. And I got like this little F1 book for Christmas, which had loads of different facts about various drivers in it. So I've been reading that. That was really good. But yeah, there's nothing to watch because there's no F1. There's no MotoGP or Moto2 or Moto3, so I can't watch anything that I love. I mean, yeah, we've got Formula E, and that's good. That's a good distraction, but, you know, it's once a month. Come on. There's nothing. Ugh. But, yeah. Winter break, there's not that long of it left when you think about it. So, I'd say the fandom has done well because... yes, okay, dog, hello. I'd say the fandom has done well because... I remember 2 weeks after winter break last year, there were drivers' faces being photoshopped onto Teletubbies. So, well done fandom, I applaud you for staying relatively sane-ish, sort of. Maybe, I don't know, saner than you were last year, put it that way. What are your favourite and least favourite team lineup changes, or which driver or team will you miss most on the grid? I think my favourite one is the Red Bull one. For reasons stated previously about how I just love Danny to pieces. I also do like McLaren just because Fernando actually went somewhere and he didn't like ditch everybody. But then they're also kind of a least favourite one. Oh, and I'm happy that Jensen stayed. But it's also a least favourite one because I did like Kevin, and you know, I'm happy he has stayed with the team and he's still involved in F1 in some way. But still, you know. Go and lie down, please. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm happy that he stayed with the team, at least in some way, but it's not really the same. But I think he will. I'm hoping he will be back. And as for which driver am I going to miss most, I actually think I'm going to miss Max Chilton the most. Go and lie down. Oh my god. Okay, sit down. Fine, whatever. I think I'm going to miss Max most and Marussia just because, you know, they knew they weren't going to be up at the front, but whenever like Sky would interview him, he was just like, yeah, we're gonna try our hardest and it's gonna be a good race and I'm looking forward to maybe battling with Jules and the Caterhams, and as long as we finish in front of Caterham, that's all we want. And oh, I don't know, it was just nice to see them. So I'm gonna miss them. Yeah. Which race are you most excited for? I like Australia just because it means getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and seeing loads of other Brits and Europeans getting up really, really early, and all of us being a bit delirious, which is quite funny. And also it's the first race of the season, so it means we're getting going again. And I like the smug Australians who are just like, this is what we have to go through like 10 times a year. Yeah, you have a right to be smug. Who do you want to see in the top 3 at the end of the year? I'd like a Red Bull and 2 McLarens, please. Hopefully with a Spaniard at the top. Yeah. Who's going to be the most surprising driver of the year? I hope it's Max Verstappen. I really do, because I know I've hated on him a little bit in the past, just saying, oh yeah, he's too young and all that, you know, he's younger than me, and I'm like, what? Oh, this is weird. But, you know, as crazy and as terrifying as Helmut Marko is, I don't think he would have picked him if he didn't have a good reason. So, go Max. And I do hope he does well. But I do, either way, one of the Toro Rosso drivers will be the big surprise. Create your own team. Okay. Well, I've said in the past that if I were ever to set up a team, then Anna, aka Working 99 out of 35, can join me, and yeah, we can be co-team owners. I'd have Kevin Magnussen and Stoffel Van Dorn, because Stoffel Van Dorn is ready to go up. I will fight people on this. My reserve driver can be Mitch Evans, because who doesn't love a bit of Mitch, let's be honest. Engineers. If any of you are engineers, you can join my team. Or our team, rather. Designers. Adrian Newey can come and work for me. Yeah, I'll persuade him to come back and join. Team colours. We can be purple in some way, or maybe a different shade of red. I don't know. I like purple though, because I don't know what to do. And we can't have green because that weird advertising thing where like they project advertisements onto the green. I'm rambling now. Okay. Team name. I've got no idea what I would call my team. Probably something really rude, or that I wouldn't intend as rude, but would probably mean something really rude in another language. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for subjecting you all to my man voice if you've even made it this far. Yeah. Here's to a good Formula 1 season for 2015, and here's to a good 2015 for all of you, because you all deserve it. Bye.